Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz, and fam, you know I love me some Raisin Kanan, so I am hyped right now. It is so dope to have Uncle Marvin, London Brown, pulling up to the crib right now at Jazz's place, and you know he's starving like Marvin, so we got some eats here. We got some fried chicken and some fries, so we can keep you in character for a minute.
Okay, yeah. Gotta do it.
Gotta do it. So help yourself.
You know what? I'm going for a flat. Can you eat flats?
Yeah, you gotta do the flats. Marvin only eats flats, y'all.
Come on, somebody.
But no, it is really exciting to have you here. Big fan of you on the show, but also just your work in general. And you know, everybody talks about multi-hyphenates, like that's the new word right now that everybody throws around. But you are a real multi-hyphenate. I mean, dead ass comedian, actor, dancer. I heard you was a dancer too.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
You might show us some moves before you roll out.
Ooh. I gotta see how much y'all paying. I'm playing.
So, but really, you have done so much. So what I want to do is dive into Raisin Kanan, because it's almost wrapping up. And fam, if you haven't been streaming it, you got to check it out. For real, for real. This is mad drama. It is gripping. The characters are amazing. And then I want to talk about you. I want to chop it up about London, because your life is a whole movie. And you are really an inspiration in many ways, so I definitely want to dive into that. So, Raisin Kanan, Marvin has gone through this kind of transformation, I think, where we're seeing a lot of his vulnerability, the softer side, trying to be a dad to his daughter, and even, you know, showing this heart with Gerald and his two kids. You know, he's like a junkie and it leaves his kids out in the streets, white guy, and you really riding for him until you found out he was kind of snitching or something. So talk to me about this transformation and playing that character now with this dichotomy, because you were a cold killer at the same time.
You know, first thanks for having me into your lovely abode. And as far as with the character, I just want to find ways to keep the character honest and interesting, because the show has a lot of talented people on it, and one of my main goals was to not get lost in the mix. So my approach to the character of Marvin was to try to make him as real as possible, and not like a caricature or not like some TV uncle, but really ground him to something a little more honest. So when you look at someone like Marvin, you know, one minute you feel empathy for him, you feel bad for him, but then you're mad at him because he did something irresponsible, especially like in season 1. You might laugh at him because he has an appetite, but at the same time, when he's feeling revengeful, then you want to see him win. So I saw a clip this morning on Instagram, and it was this. It seemed to be like a father and son, white, and the son seemed to have played a Tupac song for him. He played Dear Mama, and then by the end of the song, the father was brought to tears over some Pac lyrics. And what that made me think about, I said that's a lot like what Marvin is. Like when you think of Pac, you don't think just gangster rapper. You think somebody that was down for his people. You know, somebody that respected women or cared about his mother.
That's facts.
You also got some of that, the black consciousness in the black militant side of him that he got from his mother and stuff like that. But at the same time, you hear a song like "Hit 'Em Up,"
right?
So, and then you hear another song like "Brenda's Got a Baby,"
right?
And so when you see, there's like a substratum of things that make Pac, and I think it's the same thing when it comes to Marvin, which is like you can't just put Marvin in one box. Like when you look at Marvin, he got some things, a lot of layers to him, and I think I like to liken him to Pac in that way, that you know. There's something endearing about people who own their flaws, and I think Marvin is one of those guys who has realized that he's messed up a few times, but he's trying to get right. He's not always perfect, but at least he's aware of himself now, and he's trying to turn over a new leaf, but also, again, not trying to be perfect. But the fact that we look at Marvin, and even male or female, young or old, black or other, it's interesting the response that I get when people they say, "Yo, man, I know somebody like Marvin," or I was on the train coming here.
You're like, yeah, that's Pookie. That's Pookie from the hood. I know him.
I was on the train today coming here and had the whole conversation. Shout out to Cal, man, from 7th in Harlem, and he told me, went through his whole phone and said, "Man, this used to be me. Look, I got the meat. Look at the meat coat. I got the meat with the gators on." Right, he did a whole little thing on his train ride. But shout out to him because he said, man, yo, that was me back when I was doing that. That was how I was moving. So it's cool that people really.
Well, and you definitely captured the '90s New York. I mean, you have done that so well. I forget that you're from LA sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, what in your own life did you draw on to be Marvin?
Fortunately, growing up, I used to cut hair. In rehab centers, and it was like a program that was connected to the church, and so I used to talk to a lot of OGs. I remember just being like,
shout out for the OGs, yes.
They was there, man. I was like 12, 13, and I at the time I didn't know I was obtaining all this information, but a lot of what we see of Marvin comes from that. It comes from just, growing up in the hood. You see there's always somebody just, he may not always, according to paperwork, he may not be on the up and up, but as far as his principles, he's solid. And then also just, I'm always outside, so I'm always having conversations with people.
That's what's up.
In the streets.
So I see you wearing a red hat and red socks, but when you grew up, you were in blue hood, territory, right?
Yeah,
Talk to me about that.
I didn't start wearing red until I was over 22, and that's when I went away to school or whatnot. And so, when you grow up in the hood, you got to really just be mindful of those kinds of things. Again, it's just learning how to survive and get through. And so, fortunately now, but even now, still in LA, you got to be careful. This is a Raiders hat, so at one point Raiders were part of LA. So still, you got to just kind of, each hat means something in LA, so it's just interesting.
So where you grew up, it was Crips territory. Now, how did you, right?
Yeah.
And so just talk to me a little bit about that, about how you grew up, the hood that you were growing up in, and how you didn't become a statistic.
So I grew up here in the Crip neighborhood. I stayed next door to some, 5 houses down to another set. Around the corner from some, walking to school was several hoods you got to get through. But, the surviving thing, you want to call it that, was just, I had a praying mother. My mother was, I remember when I was 10, she prayed. She's like, God, just keep him so busy, he don't get caught up in the streets. And I've been busy ever since. I was doing this, church play, school play, playing, for church and everything like that. So I owe my survival to her. She prayed.
That's beautiful.
That I stay solid. So
a tribute to your mama. That
absolutely
is beautiful.
She got it all, man. She just was always very supportive, and we didn't even have a lot growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she's a very solid spiritual woman. So I know she prayed, kept me safe.
And they left you alone? Like they were cool? Everybody was cool with you?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't grow up in one of those houses with a lot of negativity, like you can't do this, and they weren't discouraging. My mom was always like, yo.
No, I meant the Crips and some of your boys. Your boys.
They was, this is what I realized. If I was funny, then I got a pass. I remember just, making them laugh, and they was kind of cool. I hung out with them, and throughout high school for a little bit, because they were a little older, so they graduated and moved on. But while I was there, they was cool with me. Yeah, because I wasn't, I wasn't a guy trying to be something I wasn't. Gang life wasn't what I was on, and I wasn't starting nothing. I was cool, man. I was always pretty chill.
And you still making people laugh as a comedian, and a lot of people don't know you have hella comedy, skills for real. Like I was listening to one bit you did, this was a while back, on white people's privilege with their dress versus black folks. How did you come up with that one?
Just realizing, because what actually how it started was I was going to, at the time I was working out material, and I hit like some of the open mics and smaller clubs, but in the room sometimes there'd be a bunch of white guys in there because everybody's waiting to get up and work out the material. And then one of the compliments I was always getting was, man, bro, you're always freaking cool. Like, you're dressed cool, bro. And,
You did that so good.
just flick that hair back, bro. Like, you're really like your style, bro. And I told him, I said, man, black people, you know, style is really something that we're very conscious about. The way we leave the house and what we look like, because we can't be leaving the house looking like anything. We gotta be put together, because we don't have that privilege. Like, again, white people can just leave the house and sometimes they look like they got dressed in the dark. And I'm like, we don't play that. We talk about each other, to each other about it. So we got to be put together. So anyway, it came from that, and just being observational about what my truth is, you know, and about the way we dress and style and that whole thing. And
I think what was dope about that bit too was that it was a statement on white privilege, because it was also like, yo, if a white boy dresses like this, you know, he's going to be considered, oh, he's just, you know, a rich kid, you know, chilling, and he's just real chill. Whereas if a brother dresses like that, oh, he's a bum, oh, he's homeless, oh, he's about ready to rob somebody. So we got to have style.
All of that, man. And you know, and I joked about it, but it's a real thing where we can't just be showing up look like anything, because people we get labeled. So we try to, most times, you know, as a culture, we try to show up and show out. You know, when we pull up somewhere, just, you know, a lot of respect comes with that. I say it like this. Excuse me. For anybody that just don't get it, especially if you're one of those people who fly wearing Crocs and sweats, okay, cool, no problem. But try showing up to the airport dressed like you have a business meeting to attend to. You're gonna feel the energy is different. That's a drastic thing, but as far as example, but when you do it, you notice people deal with you differently. Sweats versus some slacks, or, you know, dress versus, you know, some pajama pants is different. But that's a real thing. Yeah.
Well, spell a little tea on what's coming up in Kanan. It's about ready to wrap, and we're getting ready to go into season 4. So give us a little something on what to look forward to. And now there's this interesting storyline going on where Raquel, the mom, your sis, is her biggest rival is her son, your nephew. Yeah. So how you gonna rock the loyalty between those two? Because you ride so hard for Raquel.
You know what? It's an interesting. There's always a tug, you know, a push and pull there with Rock and Marvin, because again, at one point Marvin was calling shots. His sister took over, so he's still not quite comfortable being under the thumb of his sister. So, you know, Marvin's trying to figure out how to navigate that, make his own moves. But, you know, it's a whole thing. So Marvin is in a constant state of change, personally, and with how he's moving about with others. So moving forward, we still got to figure out play out this season, because again, remember season 1, Marvin was kind of reckless, to sum it up. Season 2, he going through his anger management, trying to fight his demons. Season 3, he's trying to, you know, take what he's gotten from the anger management and trying to apply it, try to be a better person. So I think it'd be interesting for the audience to see if Marvin sticks to that, or if there's a change of any sort.
So give us a little tea. Come on, you could tease us. Tease us. Because, you know, we all got surprised when Unique got killed. Marvin's going to be around, it sounds like.
You know what? And this is the truth. We don't really know. We know just about as much as y'all know, because, one, we shoot out of order. So we don't really know. We don't know the layout of the story like that. We shoot out of order. 2, they're always making changes when they edit. For example, people were telling me, like, yo, what's up with the Neek situation? You should have told us. I'm like, me and Neek didn't have any scenes, I don't think, this season. So I wasn't even on set when he was shooting it. So when I found out he got killed off because the fans of the show sent videos and clips. He was like, yo, I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know. But then I come to find out later on, you know, he was doing some music things. And so they do that kind of thing. So Marvin gonna just try to remain as interesting as he can be to stay around.
So he don't get killed off. We don't want 50, you don't kill him off, okay? So, we want Marvin in the building.
Yeah, I want to be in the building. People talking about, hey man, you better not die. I'm like, It ain't on me. I'm not.
Talk to 50.
I ain't writing this stuff, man.
Now, do you run into 50 much at all when you're shooting?
Not so much when we shoot, but we have connected on set a few times, or outside of set too. So he's cool, man. He's a smart dude.
Oh my God, he's building an empire.
He's a smart dude. I think people get caught up when they see him, what they call trolling and whatnot, being funny on the ground. But no, I've talked to him enough on a one-on-one to where I say he's calculated.
Yeah,
he's
you can
smart,
see that.
Man. He's smart.
Now, you also worked with Rock.
Yeah.
Dwayne in Ballers.
Yeah.
Loved your character there. You got any funny stories about working with him? Or funny stories on set?
I will say Dwayne is just so cool. Like Dwayne, I've never really seen him like relax. Like he's always like photo ready and he's so cool. He sneezes with his eyes open. Do you know how hard it is to sneeze with your eyes open? He almost fainted. Push out. I'm like, close your eyes. Like, who keeps their eyes open? That's how cool he is. It's like relax. Everybody go.
I'm gonna work on that. I want some cool points like that.
Dwayne is cool and very inspirational. I remember one day we was on set. Oh no, we had an early call this particular morning. And I got up to get some water or something. It's like 3, 4 in the morning, and I see him in the gym. I said, ooh. And what I thought about was, I'm like, if he could be in the gym before a set, I said, I got to start getting up and make that part of my routine. So
is that what you're doing now?
I hit the gym before I get to set. Because Dwayne,
congratulations.
That's a very disciplined, focused guy, man. So shout out to Dwayne, man. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, and I'm not getting up at 3 in the morning to work out, but I admire it. You doing this on the daily now?
Oh, no, it'd probably be like, basically, let's say if I got to be on set like 7, then I may do like a 5 o'clock something.
This was up. Shout out to you.
I try to do a little, and also we on camera as actors, so we better try to keep a little gym activity, because you never know what kind of scene you have, a sex scene or something, anything you want to kind of be semi-ready something.
Yeah, we haven't seen Marvin getting that much this season. So
he's been on something else. I know.
He's not been on the romance tip this year.
Some of the crew have been saying that too. They say, what Marvin gonna do? I mean, who knows? Right now Marvin's so busy trying to get through life, and try to navigate really with his daughter. So everything else kind of is not such a priority because his daughter is.
Now, what about London? Are you booed up?
Oh man, look, I'll tell you like this, because everyone always asks, "Are you single?" It's 20. Let me look in camera. It's 2024. What guy walking around with nobody? It's not happening. Every guy got
okay,
somebody.
but you got a somebody or somebodies?
No. I got a woman in my life.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
And my mother, and I love her to death.
Oh,
so you can't spell. You gotta watch.
Get out of here.
You gotta watch.
You gotta stop.
Where I learned this from? I learned it from Jay-Z. When it comes to certain things, you gotta have a little privacy to what you do. But just to be clear, I'm not in these streets. But I'm just saying, you gotta keep.
So nobody can slide in your DMs.
But the people slide all day. They don't.
It might get a response. I'm saying, are your DMs open? Are the ladies?
Everybody.
Okay.
No, it's the truth. So what I do every morning, I'm just gonna jump. This is a real thing. So I get tons of DMs all the time, everything.
I am trying to help my ladies out. They want to know, are you available?
I'm saving my body for the Lord. I ain't worried about these women like that.
Okay, well, What do you like in a woman? Should a woman come and catch your eye? BBL, natural, or little but unique?
I think this. I don't need them kind of issues. I gotta make sure, because I want to make sure I'm not promoting. Hey, ladies, hey, listen. I'm the kind of guy, I like a woman that can cook, and I want you to serve me as my queen. I'm not gonna be pitching, because that just I won't do no thirst trapping. But I'll say this, generally speaking, I think attractive qualities are women who are not quiet, but they read as quiet. Meaning, just that loud energy this is just general across the board. I don't care for loud people. Just all that, like, everywhere we go, they got to make a scene. She want to do selfies in the middle of. I'll be doing an interview like this. She be off to the side doing selfies. I'm like, what you doing in the middle of my interview? I don't do none of that. It got to be. I'm pretty collected in that way.
And the BBL question?
You know what? I think my only thing with anything that's not real or not hers, anything. Generally speaking, as long as it looked like yours,
you're good.
I could be okay.
Okay.
Meaning,
as long as you look good. Long as you look good.
Look good, because sometimes I know women. Sometimes they could have hair. They might want to do extensions, or they may want to get a tummy tuck. Whatever you're gonna do. I think I can speak generally for some men, because I think the issue for guys is when whatever it is gets out of control. And that's why, generally speaking, most guys they're definitely gonna vote natural. But I think that's because it got out of control, and women start going
too far.
It's going too far to the point where it's not even about trying to impress the man. They just they going against other women for likes. So it's not even about the guys anymore, because guys are like, yo, for example, the guys like, yo, okay, let's just say your body was at a 5, you got some work done, you went to a 7. The guys are like, all right, cool, I like that. And then she went to 7.5. We're like, all right, cool. Then it went to an 8.5. The guys like, hey, and then she went to a 9. So now the guys are like, yo, I told you it was cool at a 7. Why made you go to a 13? Now it's just out of control. But generally speaking, I mean, to each his own. At the end of the day, none of the physical stuff is gonna matter if that woman, if she ain't peace.
If she too loud, it doesn't even matter.
If she ain't peace, man, it don't work no way. She can get all the stuff.
So what are the 1 or 2 things? Now I know you did say it in one of your on your gram that a woman should have lotion, chapstick, and mints. But other than that, what are some of what would be one of the qualities that would really make you smile? Be like, yo, now that. She's a queen. She's everything. Like, what is that?
Generally, and even with that comment I did on my post, that was just saying those are just some of those small things that some guys can appreciate, is a woman who knows how to anticipate her dude's needs. So if he, your guy, let's just say, if she's dealing with a guy like what I do, I'm in press and doing interviews and different things, and I say, yo, you got some mints or something good. It'd be nice to be like, oh, here you go. And she had those things. Just those kind of things, because guys sometimes, we don't think about those kind of details. Women are way better at paying attention to that sort of thing. So those things are appreciated. But to what you're saying, I think one of those main attractive factors, like I said, is peace. And because with peace, with that umbrella of peace, that good attitude falls under that. Mm. Because let's say a guy is dating a woman, and she has a poor attitude. Was the question on the phone?
We were talking. So how many times a week does she have to, or is it daily?
As far as
making sure you good physically.
It really just depends, because
4 times a day, 3 times a week, once a month.
The reason that it depends is because with what I do, it takes a lot of focus and concentration. So let me rest. If you want, if the woman want what she want out of me, let me rest. And it works 2 sides, which is if she can let me rest, so when I get up, we gotta have a good time. Or let's say if time is limited, then I don't want to go to sleep. Because sometimes, generally speaking, sometimes
ain't nobody mad at that.
Sometimes if time is short, then I don't need no massage if you're trying to get right. Because if you give me a massage, I'm out of here. I already don't sleep. So if you give me a massage or something, I'm out of here. I'm tapping out. So it depends on the time. If there's time and there's a week or whatever it is, then it's still it doesn't matter.
But if not, you better just get to it. If not, right?
I mean, again, it just depends on what kind of guy. It depends on what kind of guy that woman is dealing with and what she's on. Because sometimes, That's why everything counts. Time, what the woman wears, how she wears it, what she does, what they got.
So what should she be wearing?
Every guy different. Some guys.
We're talking about you.
But I gotta make sure I'm on thirst trap, because women look at this, they be like, oh girl, that's what he like. I'm finna go by. I gotta watch
They
it.
find out where you are, they'll be rolling up here with the lingerie on and the boots. That's what he said he liked.
But I'll say it like this, which is I'll say it like this, because some of the stuff is already in interviews and different things, but guys are visual, but you got different versions of this, which is Victoria's Secret. That's cool. I think Victoria's Secret is more so for other women and girlfriends and sleepovers, but that ain't really my. Victoria's Secret is cool. It's not really my idea. I'm more. I want to look like a slut. Like I want you to look like I paid for you. No, I mean, but no, it just got it. Those things, because being visual and stuff like that, I just can appreciate. The things about a woman that make her the opposite of me, and whatever she does to emphasize.
That's what's up.
Whatever she can do to emphasize that. Generally, that's always good.
So, ladies, you got some hints right now. You can slide in the DMs.
Don't you stay out of there. In the name of Jesus, you stay out of there.
But he ain't no 50 Cent. He's not being celibate. 50 Cent said he's celibate right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah, dead ass. He said he is celibate because he feels like he wants to put all his energy and his force into building the empire and losing weight. I mean, you see how buff he's gotten?
Oh yeah, he did post about shedding the weight and stuff like that, so I ain't mad at him.
Yeah.
I ain't mad.
Well, London, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for chopping it up with me today, and wish you a lot of luck. What's next? What are some other things that you got going on?
Right now, I'm really just getting on the comedy scene here, in between, working and stuff like that. So that's been fun. Shout out to a few of my comedian comrades, Ashley and Kareem and Finn, and the comedy club over in Harlem, and I've been stopping by these spots. So
that's what's
thank
up.
y'all, anybody who's been kind enough to give me some time and let me work out. I appreciate you. Those who've been inviting me. I was over in Brooklyn the other day. Redeem money. Shout out to some folks, man. I appreciate y'all showing love.
Yeah, well, definitely let us know where you're appearing, because we will put it out there, and I will definitely be in the building. You're hilarious. He is hilarious. He will have you weak on the floor, I promise you. But thank you so much. And okay, now you can go back into character and we can eat.
Boom, it's happening right here.
It's happening right now. It's going down.